Welcome to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp 3-point contest. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. We have Danny Scott by my side. Over the years, I've been here for all but one 3-point contest. You were here with him last year, and now we're going to get it started again. 25 balls, money ball on the fifth and final shot in each rack, trying to be the one with the most made shots, the most points. And Danny, what do you expect with this 3-point contest?
Yeah, it's a very good time. Looks like the girls are about to get started here. You know, we've seen a lot of good 3-point shooters so far this year. As Swim gets us started, first one a little short. But I'm just looking for, especially in this WNBA division, person that can knock down anywhere in that 3 to 5 shot range, not including the money ball. I think that's going to be our winner in this division.
4 players for the WNBA. It's Ariana Swim to start, part of the Dream Team. And one of the WNBA coaches we have as our official scorekeeper, Jasmine Zhang. And as Swim gets down her first 3-point shot, Zhang is able to flip that number to give her a 1 on the board. 1 minute to go through all the balls possible. So 25 balls, 30 is the max score, having that money ball count as 2 at the end of each rack.
Swim knocks down 2 in a row, not able to get that money ball down. Up to 3 made shots. There's number 4, Levi. She's starting to heat up on this back half.
She's on the 4th rack and ends there. Official score is going to be 4, that is. We'll look at the 4 players for the WNBA that we have. Ariana Swim, round 1 score, 4. And now her teammate, Nala Holder, part of the Dream Team also, will be going next. And then we'll have the 2 Aces players, Alexis Winters and Eliana Ragoza.
Getting the balls set back up real fast before Holder gets going. A strong start there from Swim, able to knock down 4. That's right in the range I talked about. Holder's first one, no good. Second one coming up a bit short. And Levi, one of the things that we had talked about in the previous game is the aspect of having this outside. It's a little different environment than a closed court gym. You know, a big background to look at as you're putting up shots. You talk about NBA guys and what they like in a good shooting gym. It's something with a close background, and it's going to be tough to battle through that here when you're looking at the great outdoors as Holder knocks down her first.
The elements are different and the hoops are slightly different, but in that same conversation we said the rim doesn't change. It's still 10 feet up. It's all the same when it comes to the hoop, but the rim is going to be a little less friendly. And maybe the rims aren't going to help you out, but why do you need it? Just go straight through the net.
If you put the ball in the center of the hoop, the rim doesn't come into play. And so far, I think every shot that we've seen that have gone in between the 2 shooters thus far has been a swish.
Nala Holder puts up 1, so right now she's on the chopping block because the top 2 do go into the second round. Ariana Swim put up 4. Holder has 1, and then it'll be Alexis Winters, the first Aces player to come up. She is a dominating factor when it comes to the WNBA, and now she's trying to get some hardware of her own to be the winner of the WNBA 3-point contest.
And Levi, we've seen the first 2 not be able to get past that 4th rack, really barely able to get past the 3rd rack. If this was you in this situation, are you just trying to put up as many shots as possible, or are you trying to get the best look that you can?
You know, it goes player by player. If you can set up your shot and you know you're going to have a higher % chance to make it, that's what you want to do. Me, I was always a 3-point shooter because I was a guard and I was too afraid to go down low and get absolutely blocked trying to go to the rim. I mean, I'm 5'8". I would go against 6'5" guys every single day. I can't be going down low. So the 3-point shot is my game. I would make sure I find my shot before entering the contest, and then I would try to get through all the way to the last rack.
Winters almost knocks down her second money ball. Only a couple seconds to go here. Trying to work her way into that championship round. Knocks down the 3rd. Money ball, no good. Winters walks away with the 3. Swim automatically moving on into the final round with that 4 she put up, going first.
And now Alexis Winters in second place. It doesn't matter as long as you make it to that second round. It's not the total of the 2 rounds. It's just the best in that second round, and only 2 make it. So now the last in the WNBA, it's Eliana Raygoza. It is Winters' teammate. So she's either going to be allowing Winters to go into the second round, or she'll be taking over, facing off against Swim herself.
And that first one goes in. Great shot there from Raygoza. Shot looks good so far to start the game. Coming up a bit short on that one.
One thing with the three-point contest every year that we've had is the players would try to go for the money ball first thing and get 2 points immediately on each rack. They either like the spot, they want to do that. But that's not how the three-point competition works. You have to get through all the way to the last ball in each rack. That 5th ball counts as the money ball, no matter if you shoot the green ball first or not.
Raygoza working at a good pace here. Already has 2 down. 20 seconds to go. Can knock Winters out with that one. Won't go.
We have yet to see anyone go all the way to the 5th and final rack. Raygoza seems to be going through the fastest. Moneyball will get her to the finals. Short off the front iron. Only 2 for Raygoza. So looking at the first round totals, the first player to walk up, Ariana Swim, will be up, and she will have the opportunity to decide if she goes first or second. Does she want the pressure? Does she not? And then following her will be Alexis Winters. So we have 1 Dreams player and 1 Aces.
Looks like they're kind of figuring out what their plan is. Swim over there talking to Winters and Levi. If this is you, are you electing to go first, try to put the pressure on Winters, or do you want to know what your total has to be to win it?
Well, NorCal Sports TV, everyone knows that I'm competitive. I like to be competitive. I've challenged a 6'4" guy to a bench pressing competition who can lift 40 more pounds than me, and I was still like, yeah, let's go after this. I want to see what I can do. So I want to go second. I like the pressure. I want to know how many I need to get because I can shoot faster and try to get through it.
I agree with you as well, and it looks like Swim has the same idea. Winters going first. Hasn't got one to drop on this first rack. That one does, though. Money ball. Won't drop. There's number 2 for Winters. Number 3 starting to get hot on the second rack.
Oh,
number
my.
4 catching fire.
Money ball. Can't quite do it, but with big numbers early on.
4 is the score that Swim got that led it, and there's number 5 taking the lead. Trying for 7, won't go off front iron, and she's moving at a much better pace this time around. Seems to have a good rhythm going into the shots as well.
Winters, who put up 3 in the first round, just 1 behind the leader. As the money ball comes up just short. She puts up 5. And now Ariana Swim, who had 4 in the previous round, needs to do better than what she had done. And, of course, what Winters had just put up, too.
It was a little bit of a discussion earlier, but curious to see what camp director Dion I's choice is going to be if we get a tie here, because Swim is definitely more than capable of putting up at minimum 5 to try to send it into a playoff shot.
Swim for the money ball. That green ball is worth a lot in this competition, where 5 will tie it.
Swim can't get one to go down quite yet.
35 seconds left for Swim. She's having some troubles in round 2.
And a great round by Alexis Winters. That one definitely put the pressure on Swim, and there's the first make. Finally got to get hot here at the end in order to try to walk away and win this.
That gives her 3.
That was a big shot, Levi.
10 seconds. She really needs to knock these down. Just get them out. Make sure you have the
4.
distance. There's 4. Looking for a tie. Moneyball, if she can get it off, can win it for her, but she's not going to get there. So 4 is the score for Ariana Swim, which is just 1 shy of what she needed to take down Alexis Winters, who wins it with 5.
Yeah, great job by Alexis Winters, and we're going to have her over here and get a quick interview. Can you hear it okay?
Yeah.
Great job, Alexis, winning the 3-point contest. Going into that final round, you have to go first. What was your thoughts on going first? Did you want to go first, or did you prefer to know what you needed to win it?
No, I wanted Miss Swims over there to go first, so I knew exactly how to win.
Well, you did a good job putting the pressure on her, putting up 5. That was the high total of both rounds. As you're going, it seemed like that second round you got into a much better pace, able to get through that 4th rack on that one. Was that an emphasis going into it?
The first one, I noticed that I had not been taking the time to think about my form, in which Coach Jasmine, she helped me with my 3-point a little bit ago, and so just had to think about that while I was going the second time.
And last question for you, how are you enjoying camp so far?
I really do enjoy it. I like the Miss Giada Koldani, I think. She definitely challenges me, and it's good to go and get experience with different grade levels and different girls. There's some really good guards that I have to go against. Giada's really hard to block. She's 5'9", but I'm really enjoying it. It's working me.
Great. Well, great job, Alexis. Congrats, and good luck on the rest of camp.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So once again, the WNBA finishing with Alexis Winters scoring 5 to win it in the second round. Ariana Swim and Winters 8 combined through the 2 rounds, but because Winters scored 5 in that second round, that's what won it for. And as we continue to move on with more 3-point contest competition, we move to the NBA, which is our 4th through 6th grade boys. And looking at the leaderboard, it's 4 different NBA players, starting with Elijah Ruiz. It is a Supersonics player.
Ruiz, good shot there, and this is our young group of boys, the 4th through 6th graders. Moneyball is nothing but net. Great shot there by Elijah to get points on the board.
NBA division over the years have been a little bit tough because they're 4th through 6th grade, in which those 6th grade players have a little bit more muscle where they can shoot the ball a little better. But because they're so young, it takes a lot of leg momentum. It takes a lot of power to get that ball up there. But with that being said, we're having a couple of big scores over the last few years.
And Ruiz finding it at the top of the key, knocks down the money ball, putting up a big round here for Ruiz, and he's got a great pace going on already on that 4th rack.
Having to dodge one of the balls as it launches right back at him. He can get the money ball off. Had the right power, just the wrong line. And Elijah Ruiz, 8 points first round. I don't want to say it guarantees him a spot in the finals, but that's a strong showing for the NBA.
That's going to be tough to beat, and I think you'd be happy with that, putting it up in the final round as well. So if you can get Ruiz to the final, he's going to be dangerous, Levi.
Easy buckets. That's an 8. Now, Angelo Avila Martinez. Eric Chase to follow, Lorenzo Coldani. This is a good NBA group. We've seen them shoot the 3 with confidence during the games. But now what can they do when it comes to 25 straight balls? It's difficult to go back to back to back, shooting 25 balls in a row because it's so much power continuing to shoot and shoot.
Definitely tough to keep that going. It starts to become almost a cardio deal as we move on into the later stages of this one. The first couple racks, you're going to be all right, able to put them up. But then as you start to get later, your legs start to give out, arms start to get a little tired, starts becoming harder to make shots.
Getting a confirmation from the commissioner on the scores. Eli Jacobson has also made it to the finals out of Clovis, California. He'll be last shooting in order.
So as our camp director just announced, we do have an addition to the NBA. It is Eli Jacobson that is going to be added to the NBA group. So we now have 5 players shooting in the three-point contest. So it'll be Angelo Avila-Martinez next, Eric Chase, Lorenzo Coldani, and clearing it up will be Eli Jacobson. Angelo Martinez. An interesting tactic here, starting off to shoot. He's grabbing the ball and then sliding a little bit farther away from the rack. And what that does is it takes a lot of time away. 25 balls in 1 minute, you have to average basically 1 per second because then you're going to be moving throughout. You don't have that much time. So every little tick that you have before you shoot is going to swallow up your time.
I'm wondering when we're going to get our first guy to get to the 5th rack. Hasn't happened so far yet. Angelo slowing down a little bit. As we said, it becomes a cardio race at a certain point. It becomes hard to start to get your legs into shots. Your arms start to get tired, and Angelo's starting to look a little gassed out here, Levi.
Yeah, like I had mentioned, it's tough for the 4th through 6th graders. It's tough even for the high schoolers to shoot that many in a minute. But when you don't have that muscle built up and that muscle memory, it's just very difficult. Our official scorekeeper pulls up the 0, and so he's right now on the chopping block. But Elijah Ruiz still holding on to the 8-point mark.
Great round by Elijah Ruiz, putting up that 8, puts all the pressure in the world on the rest of the competitors trying to get. As we get Eric Chase starting right here. A 1 right now. There's the 1. That will bump Angelo out. 2 in a row going in. Almost a third. The money ball will be good off the bank.
He banked it from the corner. Is that even possible? I mean, you have to have a certain amount of skill to be able to bank it from that angle.
That's a very difficult shot to be able to bank it off the corner like that. Another money ball. He's moving at a good pace, Levi. There's number 5 trying to run down Ruiz right now.
Eric Chase, his consistency is key. Needs to be a little more precise, but he's consistent about getting that ball always right around that rim.
We might finally have a guy be able to work his way to the 5th rack. Chase moving at a good pace, getting up good shots.
He's got just a couple of seconds. Money ball will be the last and just shy off the front iron. 5 is his official score.
A strong round there by Chase. Will it be good enough to get him into the finals, though, Levi?
With 2 more shooters, we had that late ad with Eli Jacobson. Lorenzo Coldani is next. The Coldani name has been huge at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, and I'm sure he's going to show up and prove his worth right here. But 5, it's still a tough mark.
There's 1 down, 2 down. Lorenzo Coldani knocks down the money ball and matches Chase's first rack with 4. There's 5.
Oh,
6,
my goodness. He's
7.
on fire.
Ooh, the money ball. And he's moving too, Levi. There's 8 already.
He just tied the first place Elijah Ruiz in the NBA division. He's going fast. He might get through all 5 racks.
Ooh.
Couldn't quite get the shooter's touch, nearly wedgied between the rim and the backboard. But rack number 4 just as friendly as the rest.
10 double digits, Levi.
Coldani, cold-blooded. To the 5th rack he goes. Can he get all the way through? Coldani adds 1 more in the last rack.
A massive round, 13.
My goodness, the first out of all shooters to reach double digits, and it automatically puts him in the 2nd round of the NBA.
What a round by Coldani there. There's a few Coldanis out here, and they're all pretty darn good, and Lorenzo might have just showed up the older siblings, putting up a 13 there.
Koldani cold-blooded. He put up 13 in the first round, but don't forget, those scores get wiped away once you make it to the second. So you still have to repeat what you were able to do the first time to guarantee yourself that three-point contest champion. And because we had the late addition in the NBA, it's Eli Jacobson's turn. We'll see what he can do. 8 will tie second place. 9 will put him in the second round.
First shot coming up a bit short. Second one getting a little bit closer. The money ball won't go.
Jacobson will have to go with a little bit more speed if he wants a chance.
Either a little bit more pace or really get hot here as we see one go through the bottom of the net. Jacobson, that one looked good from our vantage point. Levi unable to get it to go down.
You know, as we're about to close out the NBA and go into the second round, the three-point ball, it's been a lot of talks recently, not only in the NBA, but also the other divisions of basketball, whether it's high school, college, people wanting a 4-point line, and how the three-point ball has grown. What are your thoughts when it comes to three-point play?
Well, you know what they say, 3 is greater than 2. But as we talked about a little bit yesterday, Jacobson puts up a 5-point round, and that'll move Ruiz and Koldani into the finals. But on my previous thought, 3 is greater than 2, but the best shot is the open shot. And if you can get an open 3, I think that's a very good shot, Levi.
Very political answer there.
You got to think a little analytically. Getting 3 points with an open shot is one of the best analytical moves that you can do in today's era of basketball. And you even see it. I think when both of us were in 4th through 6th grade, our coach would have grabbed us by our necks if we attempted a 3-point shot, and we got a kid putting up a 13-point round, an 8-point round, a couple 5-point rounds. Kids today are starting to realize that the 3-point shot is a good shot and worth learning.
You know, my coach would grab me by the deck if I didn't get him water, so shout out Mr. Schweitzer, am I right? So second round NBA, Elijah Ruiz and Lorenzo Koldani will be the 2 to face off. Avila Martinez, unfortunately, with the goose egg on the board. Eric Chase, Eli Jacobson tying for third with 5 apiece. But whoever has the higher score gets to choose whether they go first or second, and with that, it leads to Elijah Ruiz shooting first. He gained 8 in his first round.
Knocking down 2 so far, trying to put the pressure on Koldani. And as we saw in the WNBA division, it was the person that went first, Alexis Winters, who put up a great round, put the pressure on her competitor. And Ruiz trying to match that. Is money with the money ball. There's 4 points. You know, Koldani put up that 13-point round, Levi, but as we start to move on, there's 5. The pressure starts to mount, and I would say around an 8-point performance would potentially do it here. There's 6.
It would definitely do some damage to whoever's going second, despite them getting a 13 maybe in that first round. But another thing with that fatigue, it's not just going through 25 balls in 1 minute, it's going through 50 in 2 minutes because they're going to have to repeat what they tried to do the first time.
Number 7. 7 points for Elijah Ruiz. We did see Koldani put up a 13-point round, but 7 could potentially be tough to beat.
8 will win it for Koldani. Anything more will just be something extra for us to enjoy. Anything less than Elijah Ruiz will win the NBA three-point contest. It's in the hands of Lorenzo Koldani now.
Koldani getting the rack set up how he wants it.
Timer starts for Koldani. Starts off 1 for 2, 2 for 3. Koldani, he got lit on fire and he never got caught off.
2 on the board, there's 3.
You said 8 might just do it in the second round. Ruiz had 7. Does Koldani have enough to overtake the 7-point mark? on that top rack now. It looks like he has the power. It's just the line that he has off.
He's got 4 so far. That would be a big one. And like I said, going first, you're putting the pressure on the person going second. He puts up 13, but can't buy a bucket now.
15 seconds left. Goldani from the corner looking for the win. 13 in the first round. Can he somehow get the money ball? For the tie, the bank, but it doesn't go. 13 points in the first round, but in the second, he got cold. And so it's Elijah Ruiz.
Elijah Ruiz, great round there in the second. Going and dapping up his opponent.
We need some help. The balls you've been using are not going to be used in the next round. We need any balls.
Great job, Elijah. Congratulations winning the three-point contest. How'd the shot feel tonight?
I'm really just surprised because I wasn't expecting to get 8 off the bat. Lorenzo came off with 13. Kind of shocked me a little bit. Heart went down a little. But then I felt momentum when he started missing. He got off the heat, and then luckily my Lord and Savior just helped me win this game.
You mentioned that 13 points from Lorenzo. He puts that up and then makes you go first. You put up a 7 spot. Did you feel confident that that was going to be enough to get it done?
I was a little scared at first because I didn't feel right. I thought like he was going to get off, he was going to go off and more. Luckily, my shot was on, and I just made it. We won.
There you go. And last question for you, Elijah. How are you enjoying camp so far? Give me your highlight of the camp besides the three-point contest victory.
It's really good. I'm just enjoying memories with last year with my counselors, people here, directors, players. It's just a blessing to be here, you know.
Well, Elijah, thank you very much. Congratulations. Good job winning the three-point contest, buddy.
Love you, Mom.
We can double it up. We're going to double another. Work, Eli. Elijah Ruiz, the NBA Division three-point champion, 8-point first round, 7-point second round, defeating Lorenzo Coldani, who is only able to earn 5 after his 13-point stint in the first. Danny Scott with me. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Thanks to our entire NorCal Sports TV crew joining us for the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Right now working this game, we have Forrest Marion, Taylor Rector on the cameras. We have Jasmine Zhang, our official scorekeeper. Like I said, Danny Scott by my side, and our camp director, Dion I, one of his favorite aspects of the camp, the three-point contest.
And Dion doing a great job emceeing the event. He's got the music going, announcing the scores for the players as we go along. And as we start to move up into the order group, Levi, I'm expecting some big scores to be seen, especially later on in our G League, the high school boys. Some great three-point shooters in that division, as well as the D League that we're about to see. But I expect the scores to start to ramp up even more. We already saw a 13. I'm gonna put my shot out there. We're gonna see a 20 tonight.
We're going to see a 20. Maximum score is 30. The money balls are the ones that we need to see fall if we are going to see that 20-point mark. We do have a couple players here that we've seen in the past that have won this three-point contest, but the way the new rules are working, where they have their own individual team three-point contest to get themselves here, they either weren't able to make it or they didn't want to play in the three-point contest. So we're going to see some new names, including Wyckoff Stewart, Cohen Wyckoff Stewart. He's been a multi-year returner to the camp, and I'm excited to see him. He's going to kick off the D-League here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, the D-League action should be good. A bunch of great names that we're going to see going on, and we'll announce them as they come up, try to keep a little bit of anticipation for later in the round, but you'll see the names shortly. And as we start to get the rack set up, we'll have the competition starting in a couple minutes. Levi doing a great job of not only calling the game, but producing for us as well. All the graphics you see on the screen, Mr. Flores in charge of.
It's been a great 6 years. 6 years working for NorCal Sports TV and Dion, and he was the first person that saw some potential and hired me, and has quickly grown my resume to get some other companies up there. And it's been a great time working for NorCal Sports TV in this camp. I'm one of the 2 workers that have been here every single camp the last 6 years. And Jeremy Hurtado, usually on the mic behind the controls, he's running our snack bar this year. He's got promoted inside to where the air conditioning is, but I don't get that luxury. I guess I'm a little too young still to be able to go inside and take advantage of that.
Don't lie, you want to be on the mic, Levi. We all know it. We all know.
I want both. I want to be on the mic and I want air conditioning, and I can't get both.
I'm sure we could get something set up at some point for you. Maybe a little swamp cooler, outdoor swamp cooler blowing on you.
I'll take it. And if you're going to bring up a swamp cooler for me, also bring up some Raisin Canes.
Yeah.
I know it's an odd request, but I'll take a box combo, no coleslaw, extra sauce, and keep it warm.
Anything else I could do for you, sir?
Oh, man. Like the Bare Naked Lady said, if I had $1 million, that would be pretty nice. And I wouldn't buy you a house, but I'd buy me a house.
Yeah.
So as we get into the D-League, Cohen Wyckoff Stewart is going to lead us off. We have 7 shooters in this D-League division. We have Landon Hansett. He was added on late, so we'll see what he's able to do. But Cohen Wyckoff Stewart is one. Multi-year returner Jax Peshman is his 3rd camp. Donovan Tran, he's been doing a great job controlling his team at the point guard position. Braden Canalita, a very physical, aggressive player. Ram Gangaswamy, people say you can't stop him, and it's true. He always gets down low. He's always putting up shots, but we have kind of yet to see that three-point ball. But since he's in this competition, he proved it in the team's practice. Steven Castro and then Landon Hansett. That is the D-League shooters. And as we get started here, Danny, what are your thoughts on Cohen Wyckoff Stewart?
Yeah, he's been a great player. I remember him from last year. Haven't been able to do one of his games so far this year, but smooth jump shot. Already got one in. The money ball is good.
Money balls are huge. And Danny, a couple minutes ago, you talked about us seeing a 20-point round tonight. And is that going to be D-League or G-League, or does it even matter?
I think, I'm gonna go with my gut and say it's gonna be one of the high schoolers. There's a couple names that I have circled that we'll get to later on after we get past the G League, but I'm gonna go out and say we're gonna get at least a 12 to 15 pointer from one of these G League players.
And you're gonna trust your gut, and I'm going to trust it as well because you have a little bit bigger one than I do. Bigger brain, bigger gut, right?
That's how it works. Got a couple inches too. Wyckoff Stewart.
He got that final shot off. He was the first player to actually get through all 5 racks in total. And unfortunately, only held to 5, but that's what comes down to it. You shoot a little bit faster, you might not be as accurate.
Yeah, that was something we talked about previously. What's the idea? Is it go as fast as possible, get every shot up, or is it be a little more accurate and might not get through every round?
Cohen Wyckoff Stewart, part of Team Energy in the D-League, and now Jax Peshman, part of Team Dazzle. He's, like I said, a 3rd-year returner to camp, and he always tries to do his best here in the competition, looking to take home a prize.
And Peshman, the more methodical approach, trying to line up his shot. Only able to get 1 in so far. Right now, Wyckoff Stewart, the leader at 5. Peshman trying to at least tie that as he gets to the top of the key rack, 30 seconds in.
Actually, it looks like, I'm not sure why I didn't catch this sooner. That's not Jax Peshman. That's Braden Canalita.
They went out of order on us.
I do all this work putting the graphics up there, and they just change it on us. Canalita on rack 4 has 4 seconds. Here's the money ball. Ooh. He has possibly 1 or 2 more shots if he can get it off. But only held to 1 for Braden Canalita.
Still able to get to that last rack, though, even with the more methodical approach. I love the idea, just shots weren't falling for him. Sometimes that's the luck of the draw, especially on these outdoor courts that we've talked about, Levi. And it looks like it'll be Donovan Tran up third.
Timer starts when they take their first shot. So 5 is the mark to beat. That's what will get you tied for first place. 6 will put you in solo.
And so far, the NBA division having a little bit of ownage on the older kids. We saw that 13 from Koldani. Ruiz had a 8 and a 7-point round. So far, the top that we've seen from the D-League, just 5 points.
Got 30 seconds on the clock.
Donovan Tran, he's been a great point guard throughout the week. He's trying to vie his team for a championship. Playoffs start tomorrow night, and then the championship games will be Friday. You can always watch the games live and on demand right here on NorCal Sports TV. But Friday, when you come pick up your camper, join us early and watch the championships games live. We don't have a crowd here for all the games throughout the week, so Championship Friday is the one time you have the chance to be here and cheer on the teams. Tran, final shot, money ball. Not quite.
Wyckoff Stewart still the leader in the clubhouse with 5. Few more shooters to come.
So through 3 shooters in the first round in the D-League, 8 total points. You still look at that Koldani score of 13 in the first round, and even through 3 shooters at the older level, can't compete against Koldani alone. Could have 1v3 and Koldani would win it. Ram Gangaswamy.
And we talked about Gangaswamy, more of an inside presence. 3-point shot might not be exactly his specialty, but one of the bigger, more athletic players at this D-League division can definitely shoot the ball. There's one. Haven't seen the shot that much, but we know he's at least capable of getting it there. 2.
Looks like he's almost barely trying. He's just flicking it up there. A great top rack.
Trying to at least tie Wyckoff Stewart. Very surprising to me that 5 holds the lead with this group that we got going right now, Levi.
I'm just as surprised as you. It's hit or miss occasionally. A couple years ago, we had the gymnasium open here, but unfortunately 2 years ago, the ceiling collapsed due to snow, so we don't have that luxury, but hopefully in a year or 2 more, we'll get that gymnasium back and we can hold this 3-point contest back inside and be using those real nice evolution balls, and it'll be just like you're back in the gym.
And we finally get to see Peshman after sitting watching a couple players.
Five, 2, 1, and 3. Those are the first 4 shooters, and Jax Peshman will be up. Steven Castro, Landon Hansett to follow. Here's Peshman with his first.
I'm calling it right now. Peshman's getting double digits.
Well, he gets 1 on the board in the first rack. Might take him a second to warm up. He looks like he's putting a lot of power into that, launching about 2 feet past the 3-point line when he lands, but he is behind the line when he starts, and that's what's important.
There's 2. Third one looked good. And Levi, all his shots look on target as he knocks down number 3. Can't get the money ball.
Very consistent shooter. He likes to do it in game. It's a little bit different when you just get to set up. There's no defender or anything else, and you're standing right there next to where you're grabbing the ball.
Halfway to double digits, Levi. The money ball won't fall. Would have been a big shot.
Peshman still plenty of time. He doesn't want to rush. He can almost guarantee himself in a round in the finals if he's able to score 1 more. There it
There's
is.
6.
Peshman's money ball comes up just shy, but it's 6 for Peshman with 2 more shooters. If one gets lower than 6, Peshman is guaranteed a round in the second.
Great round there by Peshman, and even though he didn't get that 10 that I thought he would, a great round, good-looking shot, and I think if he's able to sneak into the final, that form that he had going on is going to carry him quite a bit. We got Castro coming up next. Saw in the previous game that was going on over on court 2, Castro knocking down some threes, so we definitely know that he can shoot the three-point shot.
All right, we're ready whenever he takes his first shot. Here we go.
First one up, no good. And Castro a little strong from the corner. That one in and out. The money ball won't go.
The more power you have, the less tired you're going to get.
You can definitely tell he's a little amped up. Nearly every shot is overshot, as that one's a little undershot, but Castro looking for his first. Top of the key, there's one. 3.
Money ball flushes down. That money ball, very important.
Starting to get hot at 4. Can he tie Wyckoff Stewart? The money ball, 6.
Another one. Steven Castro. Oh, he takes the lead.
Castro 7, automatically into the finals. Can he get to 9? No.
7 points for Steven Castro. That puts Jax Peshman on the chopping block and kicks off Wyckoff Stewart from any second round play.
Castro, great round there. Able to put up 7, automatically puts him into the finals. Started off slow, got real hot down the stretch, and it was that 3rd and 4th rack that did it for him, Levi.
Fantastic play. If you get hot at any point where there's still time left, then you can still win the competition, especially with those low scores. At D-League, I expected a little bit more, but maybe we're going to see that in the second half, and they were hoping that low score would get them there.
Landon Hansot trying to get some points on the board, trying to get to at least 6 and force a shoot-off with Jax Peshman. There's one. And the money ball becoming an increasingly more important thing for this D-League group. You saw Castro, the money ball, really carrying his round all the way to the finals.
Hansen with 20 seconds. He can potentially get through the last 10 balls. He's got to go fast and almost not even look at where the shot is going. But when he's a little bit inconsistent, and when that's happening, you want to see if it's going right, if it's going left, and then you can make the correction.
At 4 right now. Oh, almost made the backward shot. That's 5. Won't be enough. We will see Jax Peshman versus Steven Castro in the finals, Levi.
Steven Castro, he was the last in the order purely based on number. But then he comes out, he scores 7, part of the Dazzle team, going against his Dazzle teammate, Jax Peshman. When you see your teammate going against you, it's a little odd because you don't want to have that rivalry, but this just being completely outside the realm of the teams, it's going to be fun to see one of these Dazzle players winning the three-point championship.
So far, both the players that won, I shouldn't say won, had the most points in the option to make the decision whether they want to go first or second, have chosen to go second, and both have lost, Levi.
You know, there's almost nothing to say there. I mean, is it because they're going second, or is it just because that's what's happening? I mean, is it just the second round that's getting to them, or are they worried about not being able to reach that number?
And Castro also electing to go second. And right now with this group, I'll say it again, around 8 points maybe even 7 will win this round. Peshman able to get 1 through the hoop. Second, no good. At top of the key rack was very important to Peshman in his last time around.
Remember, as long as you have time left and you have balls to shoot, you can still get hot and make the difference. But right now, Peshman struggling.
There's number 2.
Almost got the friendly bounce.
Money ball would have been very big. Can he try to tack on at least 1 more?
Peshman, you can see the frustration he has based on that. Just a 2 after being at 6 just a round prior.
Castro, the one that put up the most in round 1, only needing 3 to win it. Could potentially get it done on the first rack, Levi.
That would be interesting to see, and then he could take a victory lap. But if Castro trusts his shot and he knows he can go slow and break that 2, he can go as slow as he wants, and that's what I would do if I was in this positioning. I know if I just took my time, I can certainly hit 3, but it's a little bit different when you're not as dialed in. There's 1. Ties it immediately through 3 balls. All it takes is 4. Castro is the D-League 3-point champion, and now it's a victory lap from here. Oh, my goodness. Castro is nearly unstoppable.
The money ball won't go. 5 already through 2 racks. Little foreshadowing on my part. Winning it on the first rack. There's 6. 8. No.
And he puts an end to the superstition of possibly going first instead of second. And Castro won't be stopped. Continues to launch it from rack number 4.
9. That money ball, a big one. 10 double digits.
The only D-League player throughout both rounds to reach double digits. It's Castro, and the money ball gonna finish on a bang.
Almost tying Lorenzo Coldani with the high number, but able to put up 12 in the finals to win it. Steven Castro joining me here. Steven, great job. Congratulations, putting up 12 after you see the first 2 in the WNBA and the NBA go first, or they go second and lose. Did that factor in your decision making at all, or did you always want to go second and know what you needed to get?
I wanted to go second because I wanted to know what to get. Yeah, so if I got a low score on the first, I don't know if he's gonna top it or yeah.
Well, great job, able to put up 12 in that second round. You saw a lot of the other competitors weren't putting up great numbers. How were you able to get 12 on that one?
I the first rack, I wasn't doing that good, at the first round, because I wasn't warmed up. I know I had a game before, but I wasn't warmed up on shooting threes.
Well, you mentioned that game before. I saw you knock down a couple of 3-point shots in that game. The difference between the 3-point contest and actual gameplay, can you talk about that a little bit?
And the 3-point contest is more it's like a competition, and but it's in the game it's still like a competition, but in this you get to be on interview, and in the other ones you don't.
What did you enjoy more, the 3-point contest or actually playing games, because you're the 3-point contest champion?
3-point contest.
Last thing, what has been your favorite thing of camp so far, and you're not allowed to say winning that 3-point contest?
Meeting new people, having more friends. Yeah.
Well, great job, Steven. Thank you so much, and congrats, buddy.
Thanks. What's
going on, man? I'm Danny. Nice to meet you.
How we doing?
So far tonight, we're 3 groups in, going into our G League action. Any predictions for what you're going to see with these high schoolers?
If I'm being honest, I'm going to just be completely honest with you. I do not know who's going to win this game.
You don't?
I don't even know the nominees. But I did. The reason he brought me on here is because the last 2 champions were my players.
Oh.
So I just wanted to say I got that championship mentality. It goes down from the coaches down to the players. But mad props to Elijah Ruiz, and mad props to Steven. I forgot his last name.
Steven Castro.
That's right. Steven Castro. That's my boy, though. They can shoot the lights out of the ball. I just wanted to get on here and give him a shout-out. So shout-out to Steven Castro. Shout-out to Elijah Ruiz. Those are my boys.
Well, you heard it from Coach, putting up winners in the 3-point contest. You got anyone in the next group going?
No, I do not. I don't coach the G League. But I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the older kids. I'm a shooter myself, so I'm excited to see a 3-point contest. See some of these kids get hot. So I'm excited.
Well, Coach, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We will get ready to go on to the G League. Levi Flores joining me once again. Levi, we saw that big round from Castro, putting up 12 to win it.
So here's the final scores once again from the D League. Steven Castro winning on that first rack of the second round, putting it at the 12 mark. And we'll continue now to the G League, which G League, our high school division. It's Kai McComb first. In the evaluation games, he had a fantastic presence in which I thought would put him in a great position to go within like the first round of when the coaches do their draft. But of course, we don't know who was drafted in what order. We just know how the teams ended up. But McComb, he really showed up that first day, knocking down every single 3 that came his way. And our official scorekeeper, Jasmine Zhang, she's having to turn around every 2 seconds, trying to flip the page here to add to his total.
Yeah, McComb, a great 3-point shooter, and a lot of these gentlemen in the G League division are great shooters. Going to be a stiff competition here. McComb only with 4, trying to extend that. He's got a really good-looking shot, Levi. The balls just aren't falling for him.
Yeah, it's interesting to see those evaluation games. He was one of the best shooters at the time, but now as we continue through the week, it seems like those 3-point shots just aren't quite hitting for McComb.
And that money ball won't count after the buzzer. McComb putting up 5, started off really hot, unable to keep it going down the stretch. Christian Lopez coming up next. Another great shooter here. All the G League players, great shooters that we've seen.
Christian Lopez, part of the Mad Ants team. He has one other teammate here in the G League competition, James Carrillo-Wright. He'll be the last to shoot in the first round. We just saw teammates go against each other in the finals of the D League, Steven Castro and Jax Peshman. And we just heard from Coach Allen about him having the winner mentality, having those 2 players be not only in the finals but also being the first 2 to score the most. I mean, of course, to get to the finals, you have to do that, but it's different when you have a list of 7 players and the 2 that you have do get them.
Absolutely, and that's one of the big things at this camp is we really teach fundamentals, shooting obviously being a big fundamental. And when you're able to do that in the clutch, just adds so much competition to this competition. Christian Lopez unable to match. Going with the score of 4 there. McComb had 5.
Lopez on the block to be chopped off. And, I mean, no offense to Christian Lopez or Kai McComb, but I assume that both of these players aren't going to be seen in the second round.
I got to tend to agree with you, but we'll see. Anything is possible. Lights going down a little bit. Might be a little tougher to see. But Braden Bomar has been a great player at the camp. done a few of his games, been a great shooter. And 3 on the first rack, knocking down that money ball.
The NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp 3-point contest. The Suns go down, the shots go down. G League, the final division, 5-4 are the top 2 scorers right now in the G League through the first 2 players. We had Alexis Winters win the WNBA, Elijah Ruiz win the NBA, and just a moment ago, Steven Castro of Dazzle putting up 12 in the second round. It's the most we've had in a second round yet today. Danny Scott, he foresees a 20-point round, whether it's here in the first of the G League or in the second for a win.
I might have to go back on that. They're starting to get a little cold. Bomar 5. And Bomar started off really promising and got very cold after that second rack. Had 4 after 2, unable to get one to fall until he finally got to the third rack and able to tie McComb.
Hunter Allen, one of those players we talked a lot about in the evaluation games. This is one of those players that I wish I just stayed a little bit later here and went into the draft room with the coaches to see where he got picked, because he could have easily been a first-round pick based on his aggressiveness alone. And he can do everything. He can defend, he can shoot, he can drive. He's one of those players that any coach would kill to have him be on their team.
Offensive juggernaut. You mentioned the defense, all that, but he is a scorer, and he does a lot of his work from the three-point line that we've seen so far, but really good 3-level scorer, gets the mid-range to go, gets the layups to fall, and knocks down the three-point shot, even though, you know, he's not one of the tallest guys out here, standing at 5'11", but able to bang around in the paint with some of our 6-foot-plus players.
It looks like throughout the week he's been earning virtual credit and just cashing in, unlocking upgrades for his My Player, because every single day there's always something new. At first it was defense, and then it just went from there.
And only 3 there from Hunter Allen, and I'm shocked, Levi. I figured these G League players, after the games that we've watched, seeing how many threes have gone down in the games.
I mean, maybe they just got the rules a little mixed up in their head, and they think it's the first to 3 points.
Could be that. If we're playing by that standard, Braden Bomar in the finals knocking down 3 on the first rack. Padilla coming up now, backwards jersey. Does that give him any luck mixing it up?
Yeah, and if that's the case with the 3-point, we could put Taylor Rector out there, and he'd win all leagues. Shout out to our cameraman.
Taylor Rector on one camera, Forrest Marion on another. I'm Danny Scott, Levi Flores, the main voice you're hearing tonight. Dion I doing our emceeing, running the music, doing a great job out there. It's Padilla trying to at least match that 5. Put up by McComb and Bomar.
Padilla, the second to last shooter, which 6 would guarantee him a spot in the finals.
Almost can't believe that. I'm calling for a 20-point performance, and we can't even break double digits yet, Levi.
The largest we've had throughout the day was 13. That was the first round of Lorenzo Coldani in the NBA. And then Steven Castro won on 12 in the second round of the D-League. But not close enough. And another 5 will be put on the board. So as of right now, first place, a 3-way tie with 5.
James Carrillo-White coming up, trying to get to 6.
And I have trust in Carrillo Wright. I have faith. You can call me George Michael the way I have faith in Carrillo Wright right now. He's going to hit 6, and he might be the first to hit double digits in this league.
And I might be a little biased, but Carrillo-White, Bret Hart guy.
No, you're totally biased. You get on me for being biased during football. I'm going to get biased on you.
Might be pulling for Carrillo-White a little bit. Coming up short on his first couple shots. Needs to move at a little bit better of a pace here.
Looks like the Bret Hart football team. Korea Wright moving on to the second rack as Danny Scott now speechless after my comment. Shout out to the Bullfrogs. I still love you, but Somerville is better. Shout out to the state champions. Korea Wright moving to the top now. Struggling a little bit. Having to chase after a ball.
Needing to pick up the pace just a little bit. There's 2.
Money ball would have been huge.
Would have been a very big shot. Can he at least knock down a couple more on this?
Oh, man. One just hanging up there on the rim.
Won't fall for him, and we got a 3-way tie. We'll get a ruling from Dion I. They're going to call all 3 shooters back to the stage.
So Kai McComb, Braden Bomar, and Caden Padilla in that order. Since nobody was a winner, we're not going to give any of them the chance to choose what position they want. They'll just have to go from there. Kai McComb, part of the hustle. Braden Bomar, part of the legends. And Caden Padilla, part of the hustle. Who will be the three-point champion and who will go into the playoffs tomorrow holding that title, possibly giving them an edge over the other G League champion spots.
McComb starting it off just like he did in that first round. And Levi, both of us going into this might have thought that McComb would have been the favorite. We both like his jumper. Only putting up 5 in that first round.
5 through all of these players is shocking.
Only 1 in. There's number 2. The money ball won't go. 35 seconds left.
He might be able to get all the way to the end, but he needs to speed up just a little.
That's a big one right there. That gets him to 4, 5. At least tied his round. There's 6.
A hot plate continues. McComb, it looks like he's almost trying to go for that backboard.
7.
McComb just unleashing the last rack.
Can we get to double digits?
Takes a second for the money ball. That could
Got
be the
it.
potential winner. That is huge.
Might have been the dagger there by Kai McComb knocking down the money ball. A big shot there. Gets him to 9, double digits now.
I didn't think anyone would get so excited for 9, especially in the G League, but after a dud of a first round, Kai McComb able to put up 9, and our potential winner as he stands at first.
Braden Bomar up next. First shot goes in. Second goes in. Third a little strong. Good start, though, for Bomar, and there's 4 on the first rack, Levi.
4 on the first rack is ridiculous, but we saw 3 on the first rack from him, and he couldn't get much more after. But now, nearly proving me wrong as the words come out of my mouth.
And like we mentioned, the first 2 racks he did great with, started to cool down, but top of the key gets a shot to go in. Already at 7 from Bomar. There's 8. Can he tie it? To take the lead with 10. Comes up a bit short.
Bomar in the last rack. Coach Lauren Goody Goodman, who's our commentator on court number 2, saying take your time. You got plenty of time. Just do your work.
Can't get it to go. Bomar crushed. Only putting up 8 on that one. Started off so hot. Can't get any in the final 2 racks to fall. Luke McComb currently holding the lead. And Caden Padilla, the only thing that stands in his way of a 3-point contest victory.
Nine points is what he needs to tie.
There's 1. Dia struggling early here. The three won't go. The money ball. There's a number 2 for Caden Padilla.
Padilla now struggling. He needs to get hot.
Essentially needs to be perfect the rest of the way here to have a chance, Levi.
10 seconds for Padilla. He might just need to throw him up.
And it looks like Kai McCombs, 9 points. Gonna do it here. Padilla's 3 points, great effort, but not good enough. Kai McComb walking away the victor here, Levi.
9 points to win a G League title. I mean, it's not what we expected, but it's what we got, and that's who our champion is, Kai McComb. We see the games, we've seen them hit more threes in games than we do here in the three-point contest, but it doesn't matter. I had faith in Kai McComb from the beginning on evaluation day, and here we'll have him talk to Danny Scott.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Kai, great job. I'm sure not the round you expected. Levi and I were sitting over here talking about how we thought someone was going to put up 20. 9 good enough to get it done as you guys go into that final round. How did you feel about going first?
I was scared, but I would still. I thought I was still going to win, though, because I had Brandon. Me and Brandon were saying that either one of us had to win. So that was cool.
Well, you're able to pull it out. Great job.
Thank you.
A lot of your shots looked like they were in and out. Were you getting frustrated at all with the shots not falling? Because it looked like you had a great stroke going. Only able to put up 9. I shouldn't say only. The winning score you're able to put in is 9. But I think everyone here might have expected you to even do a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do better. But, I mean, I didn't think I was going to win, though, until, I saw the final round. So I was fine with I didn't get frustrated at all.
Well, that's good news. And final question for you before I let you go. What has been your best memory so far of camp? Not allowed to say the three-point contest victory.
Probably being on the team and going 4-0. I was on Team Hustle, and that was pretty fun. And I really like my team, so I was really happy.
Well, congrats to Team Hustle. Congrats to you.
All right, thank you.
Great job winning the three-point contest, buddy.
Thank you.
And that with Levi Flores putting up a three-point contest. Get the camera. Levi Flores, my other broadcaster, putting up a great round. Don't know what he's at. He started shooting before I was finished. At 2 right now. 3. Can't get the money ball to go. There's 4 from Levi. 5 from Levi. Can he get the money ball? Won't get it to go. Number 6. Can't get it to go. Levi.
I was going cold into it. Well, I only got 6, Danny.
I think I might have to get out there. It looks like all the balls are all over the place. But Levi, great job tonight. Congrats to all our champions.
I was going cold.
Sadly, you're not one of them.
The only one who went out as part of the crew, so I'll take it. Well, Danny, thank you again for joining me in the three-point contest. I am winded.
I will wrap it up then. Thank you to everyone here, Forrest Gallant and Taylor Rector on camera, Levi Flores broadcasting with me, Dion I on MC and being the camp director. I am Danny Scott saying good night here from NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp.
Holy.